So here we have a 2016 Harley Davidson Ultra Limited, which I will be offering for sale. This bike currently has just under 58,000 miles on it. I bought it brand new. I am the only owner. And I have taken really good care of it. As you can see, when the bike was not being ridden, it is stored inside a garage. Doesn't sit out in the weather unless I'm traveling. The reason why I'm selling this bike is because I was in an accident. I hit a deer on this bike on the highway and kind of messed up my leg. And so now I no longer want to have to wrestle with the bike this heavy. I want to get a lighter bike at some point. Probably just ride that bike. But I definitely will not be riding this bike. As a result of the deer accident, there was no damage to the frame. And there are many new components that have seen less than 1 mile installed on the bike. These include the handlebars, the front fender's brand new, the front tire, the front wheel, front rotors, the front forks, pretty much everything on the front, I think with the exception of the brake calipers, is new. I did put these chrome rings on. Looks like they saved those. I also have LED lights in here. Looks like they saved those. This front fairing here is new. Your lowers and your crash bars with your radiators. I believe they also replaced the water pump cover and the water pump, as well as the gas tank. So many new parts on the front end, just like having a brand new bike as far as the front end is concerned. They put the 2+2 handlebars back on it because that's what I had on the bike when I bought it. Inner fairing stuff is new. It's got a nifty little phone holder that I used. I put little foam grip pads on the handlebars. It does have heated grips. Heat still works through the foam pads just fine. I put a little gas cover on here. Looks like they switched that over. I've done a lot of mods to the bike as I've had it. The final mod, or this is, I guess, its final form. I did have them put a 110 kit in it. So the top end is new. Well, the jugs are the same, but they did have to put a new ventilator breather on it because it has a bigger throttle body, so my old breather wouldn't work. I have a Russell day-long seat on there with the backrest. A really good seat. No issues putting 8-10 hours on this seat. No fatigue, nothing whatsoever. See on the back, how well you can see it. I have the Tour Pack relocation kit on here. So I got the little, I think they're Harworks. These are just little magnetic caps that go over the brackets when it's not in use. I also had to do the license plate relocation, and I got a different LED tail light. I also have these Zero bag filler lights in there. Those are pretty slick. Let me turn this on. So you can see what those look like on the rear. That's your rear lighting. If you put a turn signal on, turn signal shows up in the light itself. So that's pretty slick. Those are real nice lights. Need to clean all this stuff out. I also installed the Super Shocks, rear shocks on. They're adjustable by hand. You can just crank that top part and crank them up or down if you're adding load. I got those. That was super handy because with the tour pack relocation kit, sometimes I would be riding with the tour pack on. Sometimes I would have it off. Sometimes I would have the wife on. Sometimes I would not. So it was nice to be able to just kind of adjust those as needed. It's got Vance and Hines slip on. Those have been on since the first couple 100 miles. They're a really good muffler. There's your mileage. It's been a great bike. I've ridden it all over the country. I have not started this bike for a couple weeks. Probably 2 weeks or so. There's your front lighting. But she will fire right off. So you got that on. Got that on. I don't want to run it too long. I didn't think that all the way through. I still got the door shut on the garage. Yeah, starts right up. I've never had a lick of problem with it. The 110 motor is great. The tour pack obviously will go with it. I'll have to throw that on there. Tour pack's in good shape. Seat's in good shape. It's got the 2 speakers right there. It's got the spot where if you use the wired headsets, you can plug that in on this side. And the other side has radio controls. It's got the rack on the back. It does have a tiny blemish right there. The paint from when I was using a lock and a tie down strap to secure some luggage on top of there. Got a lot of documentation and stuff that goes with it. Oops. I got receipts after receipts for oil changes, tires, inspections. There's the receipt for all of the front end work that was done after the deer hit. Got the original bill of sale, copies of all that. So receipt for the Super Shocks. So got a lot of receipts so you can kind of tell roughly what was done when. I know they put the new water pump on there when they did the front end work. I had already put the upgraded water pump on there. That's the dyno chart that they gave me when they put the 110 kit in. So I'll send all that with the bike as well. It's been a great bike, but it's time for it to have another home. So they got a spot on the, that didn't come from this bike. Don't worry about that. I had a different bike sitting here for a while. One that likes to leak while this one was out getting fixed. So other than that, that is my bike that will be offered for sale. I am about 5'6", 200 pounds, so that's roughly what it's set up for ride-wise. No issues handling it throughout the years, traffic, no stops and all that. So